I have two questions. The first one is on the Jewish brigade, to which level Jewish people well, what is the highest ranking Jew in the Jewish brigade, and what kind of training they get from the British? And my second question is about the role of those minor groups such as Irgun and Behi, and etc. Thank
you. The Jewish brigade, some Palestinian Jews went through officer course and made the highest rank, I think, was major. I think there may have been a case or two of lieutenant colonels, which is all right because the main effective formations during the War of Independence were battalions, and within the organizational structure of brigades. So they learned the art of fighting in large formations during the war, but they were given a very considerable head start by training in the British Army, and some experience which was gained during the last battles in northern Italy, the last months of the war. Some went through staff college, and there was some training for that level, serious training. And there were some Jewish soldiers from other country who came to the aid of the IDF in its formative years. And the greatest help was given in establishing the Air Force by foreign volunteers, and the truth has to be said, by foreign mercenaries. As to of course, the Etzel and the Irgun and and Lehi, the Stern Gang, are convinced that they forced the British out of Palestine. They were clearly a nuisance, and required a British effort to deal with them. But if under a different government, i.e., a conservative government, more strongly committed to maintaining the empire, because the Labour government was far less committed to the empire, was interested in creating a new society in Britain. And so if Palestine would still be considered as a major asset to the empire, they could have been dealt with more effectively. But Palestine, or the Jews in Palestine, became, to put it simply, a nuisance. And because they weren't strategically too important, you had bases alternative bases in the Canal Zone, in Cyprus. Then the preference was just to abandon Palestine, let the Jews and the Arabs fight each other, whatever the outcome. So it isn't a question of them expelling the British, but they certainly were a nuisance, and a considerable one, but not more than that. In founding the IDF, there was an effort by the Irgun to serve in the IDF as its own battalions, but these battalions, 2 battalions, these were dispersed after the Altalena incidents. I won't go into that. And the Stern Gang provided for about a few companies in 1 armored battalion, and they were very dedicated and efficient soldiers. But of course, as guerrillas or as underground movement, they didn't know how to fight a proper war, and had to learn in the course of the War of Independence.